Etase, my name is Esikokui, and welcome to another episode of What's the Wahala Esi. We haven't had an episode in forever, but I really want to get back into interviewing and providing you guys with information about what's going on in the world, discussions, and kind of different perspectives than you normally would hear on like TV and radio and all the other media outlets. I also have my Instagram, Whats The Wahala Esi, which is dedicated to Black news, entertainment news, news from Africa, and just news about like Black people doing amazing and great things. If you are, an artist and you want me to promote your work, definitely hit me up on What's the Wahala Esi's Instagram. If you are a business owner and you want me to promote your work, definitely hit me up. And I also have a blog on my business website, melaninmagic.com. So I'm gonna have I'm gonna interview two people that are near and dear to me, and get their two different perspectives on how it is being a 2020 graduate. It is not the greatest thing to be a 2020 graduate right now, and I know a lot of people are going through a lot of they're going through worse situations dealing with this whole pandemic, and I'm praying for all those people going through that. And I'm not saying that what the two people that I'm gonna talk to and what other people are dealing with in the world are not important. All of our issues are important, and so I am really sorry, and my heart goes out to those that are dealing with the craziness of this pandemic. And so I wanted to get their perspective on how it is dealing with being a 2020 graduate and not having that ceremony. The great thing, like me going through my ceremony, my college ceremony, I definitely took that for granted. Wish I could go back and do it again, especially, now. I definitely shouldn't have taken it for granted, but high school, I loved it. It was great. And so I'm gonna get two perspectives on it. One of them, they're graduating from high school, and another one, they're graduating from college, university. So let's dive into it. We're gonna talk first to Shika Akawache. All right.
Hi.
Hi, how are you?
I'm doing okay. How are you?
I'm doing well. This is my sister, ladies and gentlemen. We look just alike.
Oh, yeah.
Alright, so hi you guys, I'm back, and here we are with my beautiful, beautiful sister.
Hi.
You want to introduce yourself?
My name's Shika. I'm 18 years old. I'm almost about to graduate high school, online basically. And into fashion and photography and stuff like that.
Okay, that's good. So you said you're about to graduate, right? How was your 4 years of high school?
They were really hard because I go to a pretty intense school.
Mm-hmm. What type of school is it, for the people that don't know?
It's called Millennium Charter. It's in the Central Valley, Tracy to be specific. And for the first 2 years of high school, I went to school every day from 8 to 4, but then I also did sports like year round and stuff. So, and I also woke up really early because I live quite far from the school. So it's like I was up from like 5 or 6 to about like 10 or 11, based on like after practices, after speech and debate, homework, all of that stuff. And so for the first 2 years, it was like really intense. And then junior year, obviously SAT, college stuff, like that. All you're like working on what you're doing post high school. And then senior year was extremely difficult because I wasn't taking as many classes. But the classes I was taking were extremely hard. All of the classes at Millennium are like basically honors level, but without honors credit.
Mm-hmm.
So you're doing all of that work, not necessarily with all of the credit attached to it.
Right.
So it was really hard. And then they also have a bunch of requirements, 200 hours of community service, and
throughout the whole 4 years that you do, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
And you have to get 50 a year, basically.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's just a lot of like things you have to do, extra things you have to do, and it does prepare you for life, but it also is very hard.
It's very intense.
And it kind of sucks because doing all of that stuff, we're supposed to get rewarded for that.
Yeah.
Like these like 2 to 3 months,
mm-hmm.
like starting like end of like basically beginning of March till like May.
Yeah.
For seniors is sort of like our time where all of our events happen, and school got canceled the day before all of those events started.
Aww.
So
that is so sad.
Yeah.
That really is so sad. Basically, you did all that work, you worked hard, and then right when it was about to start, you just,
like, no.
Yeah, COVID said no. You thought, which is so sad and annoying because your school is very intense, as you were saying. Like, you barely have time for anything else. You're staying up till 12, 1, you know, finishing things for high school. I definitely had those nights in high school, but I don't think I had as much as you maybe do or did. And so that's it's just like, you know, you're not supposed to do things to get a reward, but it's also nice to be appreciated for the hard work that you did, right? Because yes, this helped you prepare for college and get you
deserves a little something.
Yeah, just a little crumb, So
yeah, like a little bit, like a little sprinkle.
Yeah.
Like I've never been to prom, and I'm never gonna go to prom. And like that really sucks. Like my dress was like hanging like in the back, and I literally had to just like put it back in a little like garment bag and like put it away because it's just like it sucks. Like I grew up watching like High School Musical and stuff, and so I was like super excited for all of these like things, and I don't really get that like sort of like movie type ending that I wanted. Then like we don't get to have our yearbook signing, so like even though I'll get my yearbook, like it's gonna be like the first time ever like my yearbook's just gonna be blank. Because like we can't go to each other.
I didn't
and, like,
even
sign
think
each other's
about
yearbooks
that.
and stuff.
That's really sad. I enjoyed my high school end of the year. I definitely enjoyed it a lot more than my college one, but just thinking about like all the things that you are missing out on that I got to experience, that's just very unfortunate. I even felt like a little upset that we had to graduate on another school's campus, but at least I had a graduation. So you know, it's just with this you got to take the blessings in every little thing about
Not
that.
to make it all negative, but I mean throughout this, like I feel as though my school can be kind of competitive and like harsh a little bit, and I think this experience has made people a lot more empathetic and sort of opened a lot of people's eyes to like when somebody goes through something, like everybody's going through something right now.
Yeah.
So when it's just an individual person, like when we get back to like the regular like run of things, like when somebody's going through something, you can understand them better because at one point we were all going through the same like kind of terrible thing.
Yeah.
And
definitely.
like teachers are giving kids more breaks, and then they're realizing stuff like the SAT and the ACT aren't necessary to get into college. And there's so many things.
Yeah, because I heard for the next year they're taking away the SAT or ACT. They don't have to take it to get in, which is great.
Yeah, and then it's like maybe they're seeing like if they need to, and they'll continue it like next year, and then next year, and they won't need College Board and all these other like entities who take advantage of students.
Yeah.
And so I think this is an opportunity for better education practices, and we're testing a lot of those out right now.
Yeah.
Which is positive.
Yeah, definitely. Because I think that with college apps, they judge you a little bit based off of what you did in high school, and kind of sometimes it's a lot more of what you got on your SAT and your ACT, which is crazy because you haven't been, I mean, yes, they say you should be studying for that from your freshman year, but no one's really doing that from their freshman year.
Yeah.
And a lot of the things that I was tested on the SAT and ACT weren't many of the stuff that I learned in high school. Like, it gave me, I worked on, the fundamentals, but overall, like, the SAT and ACT threw me for a curve, like, curve. It was just something completely different than what I've been studying for. And so I definitely understand that I don't feel like it's necessary to get into college, but I'm glad that they're taking those, like, they're realizing that, Speaking of getting into college, did you apply, and did you get into any colleges? If you want to share.
Yes, I applied to SF State, CSU Long Beach, UCLA, Irvine, Riverside, and Azusa Pacific.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so what schools did you get into?
I got accepted into 2 schools, and I got waitlisted at 2 schools. And so waitlist, usually they tell you at the beginning of June, which is sort of difficult because the day you have to accept your other acceptances is May 1st. So you would have to accept another school, pay their deposit, and then if the school you really want to go to got waitlisted there, you would have to lose that deposit and pay their deposit as well.
That is so crazy because they're just trying to make as much money off of you. Like, college is already very expensive. Applying to college is expensive. And then you're asking me to give a deposit to a school that I maybe would go to. And if I got into the actual school that I would want to go to, then I have to pay that deposit too. And I'm not going to get my money back. That's doing too much.
I think college is important. I think higher education is important, and I think everyone, I think everyone who's fit to do that should pursue that.
Yeah.
But a lot of it's a money grab. So.
Yeah, there's just a lot of things broken within it, but it's good in a sense. There's just things that need to be fixed. Congratulations on getting accepted into school. I know it was a difficult journey getting there, especially going to a school like you did. I did not attend the same school as Shika, but I went to the school right next door, and so it was difficult for me, so I know it definitely was difficult for you. So now that you got into college, what did you apply for? What major did you want to go into, or do you know what major? What are you interested in?
Okay, so I am interested in like cinematic arts and like screenwriting and directing and like acting and all of those things. And I also wanted to go into political science and have a background in that because like, I guess it started probably when Trayvon Martin died, when like the whole like activism movement came along, and I got interested in that, and I got to see it really opened my eyes to all the injustices in America.
Yeah.
And so I want to fully understand that and have a full background in that, so I'm not just talking out of like ignorance, and I know what I'm talking about, and I want. And a big goal of mine is to always learn and always grow in things that can help benefit others. And so getting a degree in poli-sci is important to me, but also doing something that's in the arts that like fuels me, and like I wake up every day and I'm just like, that's sort of empowering, because the whole social justice with like that whole movement can be really draining, and it's really tiring because you're not always going to win, and people who are in power and have like all of in the gatekeepers basically, they are blocking you. They don't want you to help people. They don't want you to progress and things like that. And that can be really disheartening. So having a background in something else that fuels me and builds me up can also help me with both of them.
Ashe. Wow. You definitely inspire me every single day, and you know, I'm very proud of the work that you've done so far. What would you say that you would want for the rest of 2020? Like, what's your goal? What's your wish for 2020?
My goal is to walk onto the campus that I want to go to this semester, be able to move out of my parents' house, and start working on myself, because there's a version of me that I envision every single day, and that I see doing all of these amazing things, and I had to take the steps in order to become that person fully. So, getting out, being in my own space, and starting to work towards that.
Yeah, it's all about being in an environment that you feel like will inspire and draw the things out that you need, and you need to succeed from life. Not that living with your parents doesn't do that, but sometimes you just need to be in a different environment to gain those gems and those tools. So, yeah. Thank you so much for talking with me today. I really appreciate your side of everything. And is your school actually doing a virtual graduation or anything like that?
So we're gonna it's actually kind of sad what we're doing, and I kind of don't want to go. But we're doing a drive-through.
Oh.
So I don't know exactly how that's going to work, but that's like in the works. If people still don't like the idea, like we'll probably just scrap it, have some kind of virtual thing, or they're still trying to figure it out. They have a couple of weeks before they have to make up a final decision.
Thank you so much for doing this, and we shall talk soon.
Yes.
Okay.
Anytime.
Okay, hi you guys. We're back with our last contestant. Just kidding. So we're back with my friend, brother, fraternity brother.
Today would be quite nice.
Daniel Agbana. Welcome. Thank you for joining us on What's the Wahala Esi. Did you want to introduce yourself and sit up, please, sir?
Oh, hi. Hey, guys. I'm Daniel Agbana. Well, shalom. My name is Daniel Agbana. I am, well, kind of graduated from San Francisco State University. I majored in criminal justice and minored in Africana Studies. Proud member of Alpha Phi Fraternity Incorporated, it's our chapter, San Francisco State University, and play Division I rugby for San Francisco State. So, go Gators!
Go Gators! So as you said, this is your last year. How many years did you spend at SF State?
Well, technically, I spent a total of 4 years at SF State, so I made it in 4. But I did a semester at City College, my first semester at college. So technically, college took me 4.5 years, which is the fastest on record in the Agbana family. Out of children.
Okay. So how would you describe your college experience?
College was whack. The first part of college was just kind of it was kind of boring. It was more of wake up, go to school, go to work, go home. Hell boring. Didn't do nothing. I wasn't really that active early on in college. SF State is a commuter school, so you know you'll get people from everywhere, but like you won't really see the same. Like the way that works is that like it's not like a college town or you live on campus or you live like right next to campus. People do that though, but like a lot of people are commuting from the South Bay, North Bay, East Bay, even as far as like Sacramento. So you'll see somebody one day and then you won't see them again for the semester, and then you'll see them at finals. That's typically how that one goes. Like, my first few years there is just like the campus life was just like, if it was a sunny day, everybody would be out and about, and that was it. That's just not a regular day. Well, one, the weather in San Francisco was cold as hell anyway.
Yeah, so there's not that many days
that
for
part.
that.
But like, if it is sunny, like you'll see people out and about, chilling and whatnot, and like the quad is like the main place where people are on campus. It's not like there's a lot of like hangout spots and whatnot. It's a big school when you first get there, but in reality, it's really small. Like it takes up like a whole block radius, but it's a really small school in terms of like how many people there, how many people live on campus.
If you're looking for a school that just has all that school spirit and
it's not here.
No, it's not. But the city life is nice if you're looking for the city life.
That is true. The bars on Polk Street on Fridays and Saturdays. Mission, you can go to Gary. Like, there's a lot of bars, streets out here in SF, which is half lit. And like downtown, you smooth to Dolores Park.
Stop shaking my camera.
Everybody goes to Dolores Park. Like everyone skips class to go to Dolores Park. Everybody just does that at one point or another.
Yeah. If we actually got to celebrate 420 for those that participate in that, people would be at Dolores Park. And Hippie Hill.
Right. Yeah, San Francisco State is just not that, you know, it's not what you dream of what college is going to be.
Yeah.
Like, there's like plenty of housing on campus, but like the dining commons, it's not what you thought it would like, look like in college.
Yeah. It's not the like typical, I guess if you look at movies, if it's not the typical like college where you know someone has their backpack and they're strolling through their huge ass campus and you know
you can't even eat, you can't even bring your backpack into the dining hall. You gotta check that in. It's
not for that. Not that SF State, it has some good qualities to it. I would just say that you make the most of any situation you're put in, and so I feel like when I attended SF State, I made the most of it, and I enjoyed it a lot, maybe more than I should have. But for you, how do you feel like you made the most of the situation?
Oh, I did. I didn't have a choice. If I didn't, it would literally just be the same thing: class, work, home. Class, work, home. Class, work, home. And it would have got boring and boring and boring. So actually, funny enough, it was my freshman year. My second semester freshman year, I was walking to the library, just and this guy comes up to me. His name's Paul, and he was like, "Hey, you ever play football?" And of course, I didn't play football in high school.
Yeah.
Well, at least from my high school, I didn't play football. And he was like, I was like, "Nah." And he was like, "You want to try playing rugby?" It's because you feel me. I hit the work. You feel me? I'm in here. You feel me?
Daniel!
Sorry. He was like, you should try it out. I was like, okay. Went to the rugby field. Had no idea what I was doing. Got laid out on my ass a few times. I was like, okay. And then learned how to play the game, and my fault. Learned how to play the game, and since from my sophomore year on to my senior year, I don't think I ever got subbed out of the game from that point forward. So playing rugby, met a lot of people. What rugby would do is that we'd have socials with like other sports clubs or other sororities and stuff like that. So we made a lot of friends. Like my first few years, we made a lot of friends just by having socials and whatnot. So that was really just my main priorities was work, class, and then going to practice. Right?
Are there your nail or is it?
Oh, that's Bruce. That's Bruce from rugby.
Oh
yeah, rugby, guys. It's not the middle finger, don't worry. This is a drill I really didn't want to do, and coach said do it, and so I got in there and I jammed my finger, and it just didn't heal right.
And then you joined.
Oh yeah, and then coming around the fall of 2017, I really wanted to get, well, it was good playing rugby because I got to meet a lot of people, but I didn't really get to meet my people. The majority of people were white who played rugby.
Was fall 2017 your sophomore or your junior year?
That was the first semester of my junior year. Yes. First semester of my junior year. I decided to, join a fraternity. And not just any fraternity, but, historically, black fraternity to really kind of get more involved with my black community. I saw, people come and go to BSU, that's cool and whatnot, but, to actually make a difference in your community and so that people can see that you're actually trying to make an effort to make a difference in your community, I, joined a fraternity. Fall 2017 initiative, Alpha Fraternity Incorporated, solo ace. It definitely widened my perspective of definitely not only just, meeting new people, but also, social issues that were actually in the black community that we didn't really, that we really didn't tackle. Joining Alpha was really good for me. Everybody knew me, but I really didn't want to be known for just being an Alpha. I wanted to be known for actually doing programs on campus. And one program that we always do every year is Black Women's Appreciation. Always one of the best events that we did. Probably the biggest event that we do. Probably actually the biggest event in the black community, other than Jabalani.
Yeah, I would say so.
Yeah.
So you joined, rugby and Alpha Phi Alpha Fraternity Incorporated, and that added to just your whole college experience. What do you think was the biggest lesson that you learned from being in college, maybe through these organizations, or just experiences that you went through?
Well, one, survival, because Jesus Christ. Breakfast is cereal, dinner is cup of noodles, point blank, period. But actually, even joining Alpha, just time management, because I started to juggle more and more things. So first it was just school.
Yeah.
Then it was school and work. Then it was school, work, rugby. Then it was school, work, rugby, Alpha. That was a lot to balance, to be quite honest. My days were packed. The following semester, spring of 2018 was by far the littest year in college on record. Period.
Yeah.
It was a lot to juggle, especially with money, because I did have a car and I did have to pay for gas and whatnot. But you kind of had to limit what you were spending. Eating on campus is one of pain, because that freshman 15 is a freshman 30. And then, first of all, food in San Francisco is expensive as fuck.
Yeah. Compared to anywhere else in California, it is so expensive. My family's from Tracy, and a McChicken in Tracy, probably to this day, is $1.08. At McDonald's out here, it's $1. No, it's $1.96.
To some.
That's a lot. Managing college and going through all that you did was a lot, and you spent 4.5 years in college doing all this stuff. So I bet graduating and not being able to get your ceremony is very heartbreaking in a sense.
Sucks. I was hot. I was hot. I was low-key depressed for 2 days. I was watching my shit, wasn't really doing nothing, wasn't working out. Quarantine sucks, but I get it. It's for the safety of everybody, and this virus is very serious and it is spreading rather quickly. And I understand that administration had to do what they had to do to protect the students. I understand that completely.
Yeah.
It kind of takes away the sense of accomplishment, because you work so hard. Some people 5 years, some people 6 years, but for me it was 4.5, and some people work all of those years, literally school, work, rugby, Alpha, semester after semester after semester, literally just to get, just to get to the point of graduation. Because once graduation hits, school's done, rugby's done, Alpha at the collegiate level is done, and then work is, move on to another, towards your career. And so doing that, just pretty much hustling and grinding for 4.5 years just for it to kind of be gone it's pretty devastating.
Yeah.
You do lose that sense of accomplishment, because all you want is for all your family and friends to be. It sucks, but it sucks. But you understand, you have to do what you have to do. I told my family, and they said they're still gonna celebrate me and turn up for me. which is very appreciative.
Is your school doing a virtual graduation?
They are.
Or something?
I don't know how. They said they'll update us more closer towards it, more in May, on what they plan on doing.
I'm really sorry that that is happening to you, because definitely we spend all this time, and I feel like with my college graduation, I definitely took it for granted. So for those that don't even get to have that whole ceremony, I am sorry that I took my graduation for granted. And but what would you say that, you know, college is one part of your life. What would you say you're looking forward to for the rest of it?
Life? It. That's a lot of years.
Or like, okay, let's not go that far. Okay, so then let's go next 5 years. What do you hope for in the next 5 years?
One, to move out. Definitely staying home while being in college. That was also another challenge, like being at home and in college. So you kind of have the freedom, but you kind of don't. Yeah. Because you still have to deal with the parents. So that was definitely a challenge within itself. Yeah, you can leave for a weekend or two, but like still, you're getting hounded. It's different when you go live on the dorms. Then it's free for all. You can do whatever the fuck you want. Just call. Every so often. But yeah, no, living at home is definitely a challenge. Yeah. Next 5 years, really just starting to get more into my career. So unfortunately for me, I have a few rugby injuries that need more attention and will take a little bit longer to rehab. So kind of getting into my, career path may take a little bit. May take a little bit longer than anticipated. So, but I do have a backup plan, which I've already set in motion. And it's not. It's still the same path as the career. It's just like what I need to do. I need to be in tip-top shape, and like right now, like I probably wouldn't be able to make some of the requirements to do that. Just because like I have a knee injury, I have a shoulder injury, and my finger. But yeah. So once those are healed up, it's right into the career again. But yeah, so what right now it's really. It's not much of a difference, to be honest with you. But I already had that backup plan set in motion, and it's already started. But since quarantine,
it stopped a lot of bags, it stopped a lot of things, but you will get back into it.
Yeah, quarantine has helped though. I have lost weight, so.
That's good. Thank you so much for doing this, and I really just hope that you make the most of your, graduation ceremony or what's left of it. But you had a good 4 years, so 4.5 years. Okay, so I lost the footage of me closing, but thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed this discussion and got a couple things from it. Don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, share, all that jazz. Love you guys. Bye.